Well, we're really excited. We're glad you all are here. This is an exciting day for MCC and an exciting day for MCC basketball. Not only are we here to say goodbye to someone who's special, who's retiring from our college after a very wonderful and illustrious career in which he's had significant impact on lots of people, but we're also here to say hello to our new head coach, someone we're very, very excited about. Coach James Green is a legend. When I say legend, I'm not just talking about wins, because he's had plenty of those, but I'm also talking about his investment in the lives of hundreds, probably thousands of young men who are better because of the time they spent with Coach Green. Coach Green has had a career spanning decades. He's worked at all levels, been a high school coach, he's been a Division I coach, and he finished his career as they say, a JUCO coach. I first became aware of Coach Green when I was on the faculty at William Carey University in Hattiesburg, and I witnessed his success at our crosstown colleagues at Southern Miss. I said I wasn't going to say it, but I used to back in that day think Reed Green Coliseum was named after Coach Green. Those of you who know that's not true, but I didn't know. His teams have been known for hard work, discipline, and the results have followed. He's made a difference in his career by creating opportunities for others. And when he was named the head coach at Meridian Community College, I wasn't here, but I remember thinking that MCC had just landed a big-time coach. Little did I know how true that would be, Coach Green. Coach Green has moved this program from an unknown to a known. His investment in our players and our college produced the first Region 23 appearance since 1991. It produced the first Region 23 championship since 1999. He had the first back-to-back winning seasons, we think, in the history of the college, the first back-to-back 20-win seasons in the history of the college. He was named Conference Coach of the Year in 21-22 and the Region 23 Coach of the Year in 22-23. More importantly, though, his players are known on campus, and they're beloved by many. His expectations for our program have taken us to the next level, and Coach Green, we're absolutely going to miss you. Before I give you a chance to speak, Coach, I just want to tell you what you've meant to MCC. Your time invested here has made a big difference. Your decision to be a coach back in the day, I don't know what your motivation was, but it was probably had something to do with leadership, and it had probably something to do with making a difference in the lives of the next generation. But I like to think that it was the pursuit of a calling, and your calling has impacted many, Coach. You're special, James Green, and I'm thankful to have been your colleague. I'm going to let you speak.
Well, thank you, Dr. Huebner. Said goodbye, that kind of made me a little nervous. Said you'd miss me, that kind of made me nervous. Say goodbye make me think I need to lay down here and fold my hands or something. Let's don't do that. I plan to be around, and I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to work at Meridian. All the relationships, friendships, I can't say enough about it. He mentioned a couple places, but I've actually worked at 9 different places, and they have all had great impacts on who I am, who I try to be, what I've tried to do. And I guess some of you know they always say, may the works I've done speak for me. That's kind of how I feel, but the work that I've done couldn't be without the people around you. When I got here, Jordan Payne, Rodney Broughton, Coach Washington, the last couple of years has done everything for me. Sandra, Coach Jocelyn was here when I got here, kind of showed me a way around, and you always need that. As you notice, I'm really not sweating. Clarence is sweating. That's the difference now. It's not my day. It's really not. I'm so excited because of the direction the program is going to go in. Clarence may not know this. I don't know if he remembers. I remember. I can remember being a high school coach, Jim Hill High School. I could tell you a bunch of stories, but I won't tell you all the stories. When you're old and been doing it for 40 years, you have a few stories. Some of them you can't tell. But I was at Jim Hill High School, I ended up at Jim Hill, Clarence. It's strange how you get jobs sometime. I applied for the job. I was an acting assistant principal at New Albany High School and applied at Jim Hill High School. 2 or 3 weeks went by. I called the principal. I said, I was just kind of checking in, seeing if I was still on your list. He said, Coach, I had 125 applicants. And I thought, boy, that's going to be kind of tough. He said, but none of them can teach algebra and geometry. So you're my guy. So it wasn't for the basketball. It was for those 5 classes I taught every day and getting home at 9 o'clock. But if you remember, I think you may have been going into your senior year in 88, 87, somewhere around there. And before they had elite camps, Mississippi State had an elite camp. I see Loretta, her husband, Dwayne, I brought Dwayne to that camp. And I can remember a bunch of coaches sitting there, me being one of them, being a young coach, and a guy reaching down, getting the ball off the floor, and just jumping straight up and dunking the ball. And I had been in the SEC, had played and coached, and Coach asked me about, I said, well, I never seen anybody do that. And I watched Charles Barkley, I'd watched Dominique Wilkins, I'd watched Sam Bowie, I watched all those guys in the SEC, and I'd never seen anybody do that. My point is, and we always tell players, you never know who's watching or what they're thinking and drawing on that conclusion. And then I watch you somewhat perform as if you were an underdog. My favorite kind of guys play like underdogs, no matter what their talent level is. Play like an underdog. Give it to us. And you did that. And then I can remember the Southern Miss days and us trying to get people more interested and coming back. And I still got a picture of you and I together. I want to take a picture today because I want both of those pictures. I want to get your autograph. I never asked for many autographs, but I want your autograph. And I've kind of kept up with you. And if you remember one time during the Southern Miss days, I called you. I had an opening on the staff, and we talked a little bit. And you said, how about D.C.? And I said, well, that'd be great. And that's because I believe in good people that are willing to work really hard, and I think they can have success. And I think you're that guy. I think your character, where you've been, your understanding of the game, your understanding of dealing with young people, and what it is we're supposed to be as coaches in terms of making a difference in their lives. Yeah, we get caught up in the game and all those things, but really making a difference. And as a guy that the game has meant so much and given so much to, I can just only hope that it'll do the same thing for you, and I think it will. I think you're going to absolutely love being at Meridian. You probably already know that by some of the people you're interacting with. All right? Like I said, I've been a lot of different places, and this was very special for me. Came at a very special time in my career, my life, and I can't thank everybody enough for what it has meant to me just on a daily basis, to be able to walk around campus, close-knit, care about you as a person. You're going to come in here and you're going to work, and you're going to do the basketball thing. You're going to do the things that help young people become young men, and that's what I'm going to be the most proud of watching this program go forward. Yeah, we put some work in here. We had some fortunate things happen to us. It wasn't just because we know so much or we can do so much. Sometimes you got to have a break here and there, and we got some breaks. All right, but I firmly believe that if you do that, and I've tried to do that in every program that I've been in, and yes, I've had some losses, I've had some wins, we've won some championships, but at the end of the day, it's how much can you make a difference in people's lives, whether they're players, whether they're fans, whether they're administrators, no matter what it is, you do those things, and I know you're going to be very successful. I think the program is in great hands. It was an honor for me to be here. It's going to be an honor for me to come back here and watch you, watch Eric, watch those guys. I see Chance. I asked Chance to stand up. He's the only player I think I see here. Stand up, Chance. I love you, man. I know you didn't always think that. I can Chance asked me one time, Clarence, you'll have this too. I said, what position you play? He told me. He said, I'm a 3. I said, 3. So we went through that. But he bought in. You know, I said, I tell you what's the best position to play is anyone that's out there on the floor. So you go do these things and you do this and you'll get a chance. And he did that. And I think the character of that young man, how he takes care of his academic work, how hard he's willing to work, he's going to listen to you. He's going to give you everything he's got. And there's going to be a bunch of other guys going to do the same thing. And you're going to recruit those kind of guys. And you're going to be successful. It was not my idea for this to be anything about me, but I wouldn't miss it because of going from me, going to you, how much that means to me. And I hope it'll mean something to you to know you got me, always. Coach Washington, you got me. Sander, you got me. I know, walked out in the hall there and kind of looked at my face. I walk in his office, Clarence, sometimes he kind of looking at me funny. You don't know, I'm kind of deceiving at times. I've been told that. I had a supervisor of officials long years ago say, well, they say you look like you mad at them before the game starts. I said, hell yeah, I'm mad at them. Because I already know they're not going to be any good. No, I didn't say that. But really, it's been a blast for me. From a guy that grew up on a little dirt road that had one of them little skinny bicycle rims put up that got broke down and had to go out and put up some boards and shoot in them boards. Man, it's been great what the game can do for you, and I know you know that too. And I'm wishing you the best. I'm wishing Meridian the best. I'll be around. If there's any way I can help, just let me know. Thanks, guys.
Oh, how lucky am I to get to follow that? Yeah, I mean, this is a day of a little bit of mixed emotions because obviously all the things that Dr. Huebner said about James and the time that I got to spend with him over these last 7 or 8 years, it's meant a lot, and I've just thoroughly enjoyed watching the program progress through this time and what I've seen him accomplish and what I've seen the players accomplish. He set the bar kind of high too there, not only with the stories and the way he talked, but the way he said he knows you're going to love it here. In another week, I'll have been married 26 years, and I'm not sure that she's always sure she's in love. I mean, so we might have some rocky times, but I promise, if you'll stick with us, we're going to support you and do what we need to do to give you the chance to continue the success that this program's had recently. Let me hurry up and get done because I'm not going to match Dr. Huebner or James, but it's my pleasure to welcome Clarence Weatherspoon as our new coach. I think many of you in this room know his resume, but a quick synopsis of his resume is a standout player at Southern Miss, multi-time Metro Conference Player of the Year, I believe, represented the United States of America in international competitions, a long NBA career, most recently assistant coach at Southern Miss and Jones College. And when I first met with him, it became obvious all those things that Coach Green said about you, about what he saw in your character as a high school player and through college, it became obvious that those were the characteristics that you were going to bring to this program. Somebody was going to come in and was looking for an opportunity to put in the work, to do the things necessary to keep this program successful. And I mean, I think we met and I enjoyed, and I told Dr. Hubner that I felt like we had a great opportunity here. I couldn't wait for him to meet you, and as soon as he got done meeting with you, I got a text that said I just got done meeting with Coach Spoon, and it was great. And so I am very thankful that you've taken this job. I'm thankful that Coach Green has done what he's done, and it's my honor to introduce Clarence Weatherspoon as the next men's basketball coach at Meridian Community College. Okay?
I got to find me a note or two. But, you know, before I even get started, I want to say to Coach Green, thank you for, you know, reaching out to me, being a mentor first of all, a coach that you can follow, pattern your coaching ladder after, because of, like he said, a lot of the things he mentioned in this was steps that I've been through, but some of the things he mentioned was some of the places that I had to go and play at and come back through. But again, thank you, Coach Green, for reaching out to me and, you know, telling me about your thoughts before you finalized them. And, you know, they gave me a heads up to start preparing myself mentally and physically to be able to be in this position. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Hubner, the athletic director, Sanders, Atkins, for, you know, following up on what Coach Green asked him and told him about me and giving me a call to come in and interview for the position. Like I say, I think I was mentally prepared for it, physically prepared for it, and I came in and gave it my best. I was honest and gave my you know, honest dialogue about what I want to do and want to be and being a coach. And I asked this lady of 32 years sitting here what she thought. She said, it's now or never. And so I want to say thank you for being there for 32 years, producing wonderful kids and great support, because that little extra push and that confidence that she exuded told me, yep, I'm ready. Coach Granderson and his family, a lot of people don't know the journey, but it's been one of those journeys for me. And Coach stepped in, not only as a coach, a father figure, a mentor, a guidance counselor, a driver, everything I can ask for. Him and his family, his wife, they stepped in. They did it for me. And even on the days when we got out of line, he did it for me because he put us in a room and we got paddlers for it. But the respect and the level of joy and the excitement those teaching them brought me can't never be matched, won't never be matched. Because like Coach said, it took a guy from on a dirt road shooting in a bicycle rim, not only to college, but getting a great education that propelled me to travel the world, take my family around the world, see places that I only can dream of. So when Coach said, Clarence, coaching is coaching, but it's the impact that you make. It's the lives you touch. He mentioned about playing a position, driving to Blue Chips, all those camps. Coach say, tell them you're stupid if you have to, but whatever position they play, you better go out there and play it. And that's all that matters. That's how I built my career, my success, and my drive. Don't nothing else matter but getting the job done and being successful. And if you got that type of drive, that type of dedication, you're gonna be successful. And this gives me a full circle, 40 years from playing at New Albany Playing against David Foote and all those guys, Coach, I don't forget none of the names. From playing everybody. Playing Meridian in the Coca-Cola Classic down in East Mississippi. Pepsi-Cola, Coca-Cola, one of those challenges. We played those guys. Sleeping in top of Southeast Lauderdale Gym when we had to beat McAdams for the first time because we couldn't beat him down there, Coach. You couldn't get out of there. Coach Jackson wasn't going to let you out of there, so you had to beat him somewhere else. But we beat him. So those are the lessons that you learn from going on this journey, full circle. Been blessed to be an NBA player. Been blessed to be a great college player. Been humble enough to take an assistant job. When Coach called me, I wasn't ready, but like he said, I mentioned DC. I came back, I went through the process of being an assistant. Coach Miller called me and said, man, come on back and help me and let's figure this thing out. Humble enough to take it at Jones. Didn't know we were going to run into Coach Green. I knew what it was going to be like when we got there. I said, man, if you ain't ready to be dogged, if you ain't ready to wrestle, if you ain't ready to be tough, hey, we ain't getting out of Mississippi College alive. And true enough, he had those guys, just like he said, there was his type of guys, dog tough, diving on the floor, diving out of bounds and stuff. But one thing I could tell him, I said, Coach, we done learned it now. We'll be ready next year for you. And true enough, I thought when he was talking about the officials, I thought he was going to talk about down in Jones when we shot 50 free throws. And Coach say, afterwards, say, Spoon, you think they're going to call me? I said, Coach, you better keep that phone on. You probably won't get a call from the commissioner. And so, but you know, that's the part of the learning process you go through and the humbling process that you go through. And like I say, over the 40 years I've been involved with athletics, my education was one of the biggest keys to all my success. Like I say, it gave me an opportunity to meet a great woman who eventually became a great wife. It gave me a chance to play under Coach Turk, a great coach, great mentor, won a lot. You know, we had to catch up to Memphis and Louisville, but it didn't take long. You know, so those are the guys and stuff you learn from going into the NBA, having a chance to play under great coaches, Pat Riley, those type of guys, playing with USA Basketball, Mike Krzyzewski, Gene Katie, you know, like Coach said, some of the coaches you don't want to say some stuff about, but Coach K and Coach Katie was one of those two guys. They might be pleasant on the outside, but when you got in between those lines, super competitive. So those are the guys that you learn from, and you try to build a database of knowledge. And when you do that and you know when you're ready to take on a challenge, you know when you're ready. So I think I'm ready for this challenge. Like Coach say, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a challenge. And if you're a competitor, and I've been a competitor ever since they called me not. Ever since they called me not, I've been a competitor. So I'm ready for that challenge, and I hope the other 15 teams in this league is ready for that challenge, because my drive every day is not only to win games, but create an impact, have an impact on my players' lives, the community, people here at school. Wherever I go, I try to shake a hand, meet a friend, and create a lasting memory or some type of memory that people would recognize and say, man, Spoon is a good dude. Spoon work hard. And now he's going to fight. He's going to be competitive, but at least it's going to be talked about in a well manner. So again, I want to thank everybody in the Meridian Community College family and giving me a chance to be what Coach said, a head coach. And coaching is coaching, Coach. Like you said, it's what you do with it and how you build from it and how you impact and how you make a difference. And to my family and my wife again, I say thank you for putting up with me for all these years. It's another journey, it's another chapter in the book, but I don't want to erase nothing. I never erase y'all. You could take stats and stuff, but family, friendship, and your name is something that I wouldn't give for nothing. So again, thank you. And it's emotional for me, but like I say, I'm excited now. These are not tears of not being prepared or competitive, or not want to fight. Might have some texting there involved, but because that's who I am. I'm turned up. When the light come on, I'm ready to fight. So hopefully, like you say, we're gonna love it, and I'm already enjoying myself. Eric done taught me so much in the last couple of days, and so hey, we down there, we working, we planning, we strategizing, and I'm ready to get after it. Again. To Dr. Hubner and his staff and the college and the community, again, thank you for accepting me, and I'm so appreciative to be a part of it. Thank you all.